Assalamu alaikum. Let's see a little demo how to use Jenkins, which is an open source alternate to GitHub Actions, a CI/CD tool to create different automated jobs. We'll see very simple examples here, and then we'll see better examples later in future. So you should have a few things installed on your system. You should have Jenkins installed, you should have Git installed, and you should have ngrok installed. We'll see why do we need ngrok later on. So go ahead and install and run Jenkins on your system, and when you do that, you can access the Jenkins UI and the Jenkins server on localhost 8080, or you can replace localhost with whatever is your local IP. Let's move to new item and create a new freestyle project. So I'll do just test 2. I'll name the freestyle project as test 2. This does not matter whatever you name it. Then you can go to freestyle project and then click OK. Once this does get loaded, just put a simple description. Go for a GitHub project. Now, what do we intend for this job to do or this project to do? We want then that whenever I push some code onto a GitHub repository, which I have right here, I already have it made here. Then whenever I put or push code to the GitHub repository, whatever I have configured in this particular job in my Jenkins server, that should run. So let's see how do we do that. Let's by the way, this Jenkins file does not matter here in the project we're making right now. So let's go to code and copy the URL. Go back to the Jenkins server, select GitHub project, and put the GitHub project URL here. Click version control and also paste the URL here. And then you have to change the name of the branch. If you have main here, then put main here, otherwise keep it master. Then you have to go to build steps, and let's define what should our job or our project shall actually do. So I'll go for a simple, very simple command, and I'll put hello world and I'll save it. So if I go back to my Jenkins homepage, I can see this is my job right here, and I can move into it. I can see there are no builds currently made, or there are no old builds. But let's see how do we use this job actually. So I can go to the readme file for my project, GitHub project, and just push something to the project. I'll commit, and if I go back to my Jenkins server, I can see there is no build here. So let's go ahead and click build now. And if I restart, and I can see a job was built, and it's already been completed. Let's click it. Let's go to console output, and if you move down, you can see it was a success, and this was the actual command that was run, that we configured in the actual job setup. So now we want that whenever we push some code onto the GitHub repository, the build should be automatically triggered. So what should we do here? We should go to configure, go down into build triggers, and select GitHub hook trigger for git scm polling. Go ahead and save the configuration. Okay, let's just reload to see nothing's changed, and you should go to your terminal and run this command, ngrok http 8080. What does this command do is to provide you a public URL with which you can access your Jenkins server, and then we'll set up a webhook on GitHub on our particular repository. This is the public URL that's provided by ngrok. I'll go to my GitHub repository. I go to settings, go to webhook, and go to add webhook. Paste the URL here, and don't forget to add a web endpoint. with github dash webhook and slash. Don't forget to put this slash. Just go ahead and press add webhook. Okay, so to confirm that the webhook was successfully created, you can see that we have a post request here, which is successfully completed. I'll move back to my Jenkins server just to make sure nothing's changed, and my GitHub repository to see nothing's changed from the last commit. We'll go ahead and create a simple commit, test 10. I'll commit these changes, and when I commit these changes, I can see that a trigger was made onto the GitHub webhook. And if I go back to my Jenkins server, I can see that the build for the job was triggered. And if I go here, we can see that it was successfully completed. I can see a console output, and I can see echo hello world and the job that we set. That's it for a simple freestyle project. Let's see in another video how to create a pipeline using a Jenkins file. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Please drop some feedback, and Allah Hafiz.